Back on the Columbia River in Tri-Cities, Washington, Mike Jones and the Cascade Holmes boat goes out on the water as we get ready for Heat 2B. Meanwhile, down in the pit area, not a lot of happiness for the Miss Budweiser camp. They've already been fined $100 for lane encroachment, and they've had to fix sponson damage to the boat. Oh boy, it is a rough day, not getting easier for the Miss Budweiser crew. Let's learn a little bit more about unlimited hydroplane racing with the Rancho Suspension Performance Corner with Mark Tate.
Today we're going to discuss the team concept behind the Smoke and Joe Unlimited Hydroplane. We have 7 guys that work on the boat full-time. They all have their own jobs and responsibilities that they need to perform and follow through on their duties to make the Smoke and Joe run as well as it can. The first 2 team members I'll discuss are our motor guys. That's Butch Corning and Tim McDonald. They're responsible to maintain the motors and do whatever is necessary at the race site to keep the motors performing in top shape. But Tim McDonald also has an extra duty here this weekend. He is handling our gearbox and propeller program, as one of our team members, Kenny Warsher, was unable to make the event. Mark Dumars, Kenny Strickler, and Brad Pratt are responsible for maintaining the hull. And their responsibilities pertaining to the hull is to make sure that the boat is in top shape every time the Smoke and Joe Unlimited Hydroplane hits the water. They have to make any repairs that might need to be done on the beach, as of the skid fin, front canard wings, uprights, any type of hole that might get punched into the running surface or secondaries on the hull. All crew members report to Jim Lucero. He's our team manager. It's Jim's job to coordinate what takes place on the boat to make the Camel Power Smoke and Joe perform to the best of its abilities. It is the duties of all crew members and myself, the driver of the Camel Power Smoke and Joe boat, to keep the communication lines open and communicate with Jim and amongst ourselves. Keep up the consistency and the performance of the race team.
The boats are on their last warm-up lap for Heat 2B. Now, we haven't talked a lot about the piston-powered boat, but we talked about records falling, and Mitch Evans in Ed Cooper's boat set a record here earlier this week. Jim talked to him earlier today.
Another world record for piston-powered hydroplanes.
Yeah, it's been since 1991. We ran 147 miles an hour down San Diego, and to come up here and run 148 miles an hour in Pasco has really been great. The crew's worked hard, and we finally got there.
Beating speeds that were set by Bill Munsey and Dean Shenworth and other legends has to be a treat, but where do you go from here?
Well, it's that elusive 150. You know, everybody talks about, boy, you just can't go that fast, but there are a few more miles an hour in this boat, and we're going to work on, improving that speed.
And Mitch Evans has lane number 1 in the Mill Bay Casinos, presents the Spirit of Lake Chelan. Cascade Holmes in lane 2 with Jerry Hopp. In lane 3, Mike Hansen, DeWalt Tool. Pico's American Dream with Dave Vilwalk on the outside. And the pace boat way outside is Mark Evans in Miss Rock.
And there's the green flag. They are off and running right off the bat. Dave Vilwalk trying to get to the front, and Pico's American Dream as they go down into the turn. He throws it hard. Currents here on the Columbia River in Pasco, Washington. Dave Vilwalk coming out on top of the field in the red, white, and blue, but predominantly blue and white, Pico's American Dream, and he would like nothing better than to get himself a win. And look at Mitch Evans.
And he's battling Jerry Hopp of the Cascade Holmes for 3rd place, and meanwhile, DeWalt Jules with Mike Hansen went down, and he's trying to restart.
There's the battle for 3rd place. Here is the solo leader for 1st place, and that's Pico American Dream. And again, that battle for 3rd is really shaping up. Mitch Evans, I guess, inspired a little bit by those records that were set earlier this week, and one of his own is really hanging in there. Meanwhile, his brother Mark Evans in the red boat trying to come up in 2nd place. He's in the Miss Rock.
Our Zodiac lap speed, 142 mile an hour.
Dave Vilwalk grabbed the lead out front. Now you can see Mark Evans crossing over the wake of the Pico American Dream. He's got Miss Rock on the inside in 2nd place as they hit the turn again. A good ride, perhaps one of the smoothest rides of the day for any of the boats out here, being shown to us by Dave Vilwalk in Pico's American Dream. There's 2nd place, the KISW Miss Rock.
Here in Heat 2B, your leader is the Pico's American Dream. Currently, 2nd place is Mark Evans in the Miss Rock, as you see him here. Watch now. Mark is trying to get in on the inside there. Watch him.
He has tried to move up on the inside of Dave Vilwalk. Now, I'm sure Vilwalk's radio at this point is crackling, and they're telling him, hey, watch out. You got a tiger on your tail this time. Not by the tail, but on it. Here's Mitch Evans, who's holding down third place, doing a great job in that piston-powered boat. That's the only one using the old aircraft-type engine. These other engines, the turbines, are out of the Chinook helicopters. And a little battle for first place now as Mark Evans is trying to even up on the inside. Dave Vilwalk trying to hold that pedal down. There you see Evans. He's really powering on the straightaway. They're going to try to come down for the checkered flag. They should be within a matter of inches of each other as they take the finish. Let's watch. Now, that's the first time that we have seen Pico American Dream get a little bit airborne. That's an indication that Dave Vilwalk has put it right to the ragged edge. It's going to pay off for him. He's going to come down, get the checkered flag. He'll take first. Mark Evans will take second. And this man, Mitch Evans, in the Mill Bay Casino, the Spirit of Lake Chelan, will take third in that aircraft-powered Allison engine boat. There's fourth place to DeWalt Tools, which got restarted. And Mike Jones, Cascade Homes, driven by Jerry Hopp, will come in fifth place. A good run, and these fans are quick to get back into the good water.
And our Fruit Loom scoreboard shows the results of the last heat and the points that have been accumulated. Now let's go down to the docks.
Pretty good race with your teammate. Did you leave him some extra room in there?
Well, we didn't want to get each other into trouble, naturally. You know, we're just trying to get some points and get into the final.
How's the boat ride here with the day half over?
Boat ride was great. The boat ride couldn't be better. Just needs to put some more power in and get ready for the next couple of heats.
And the teammate who Dave Vilwalk was referring to is Mark Evans. Let's go down and chat with him.
Pedaling like mad.
You figure your teammate will leave room for you in there anyway.
Yeah, I sure was hoping that. I know I was probably getting a little closer than he was comfortable with, but the KSW Rock boat is just running fine, and Pico just has just a little more juice than us. But hey, by the time we get to the final with all the boats and roughing it up, we've got a great rough water boat, so we'll see what we can do then.
And we shall see what we shall see as we continue with our race day here from Pasco, Washington. We'll be back in a moment. Here we go again, round 3, or should we say heat 3A. Once again, the two top contenders have drawn each other, the Miss Budweiser and the Smokin' Joes. You're watching the Budweiser Columbia Cup from Eastern Washington, the Tri-Cities. One of the boats that's drawn a lot of attention in the pit area is the one driven by Scott Pierce. Now, it's a Ron Jones-owned boat, and when you look at the front end, you see that yellow strip. That's actually the canard wing, an unusual arrangement. Steve Montgomery talks about it.
We talked earlier in the season about the new canard, the wing between the sponsons on Miss Budweiser. Well, look what Ron Jones Jr. has done to his boat. He put the wing above the sponsons so they would catch air that's even cleaner. Now, when the boat is in its proper racing attitude on the front or back straightaway, this wing is pretty much level. When the nose starts to come up, Scott Pierce can apply pressure to his left foot pedal in the cockpit and theoretically bring the nose back down. So far, it's worked pretty well.
Okay, it's going to be Smokin' Joe's in lane 1. Budweiser is in lane number 2. Scott Pierce in the Chaplin Bellevue Volkswagen, lane 3. DeWalt Tools, Mike Hansen, lane 4. Outside of them, Jerry Hoppen, Cascade Homes, Tom Henley, and Appian Renegade.
Here they come. The green flag flies as Miss Budweiser immediately takes the lead. Now remember, Miss Budweiser has 2 seconds going into this, and look at how light Chip Hanauer is flying that boat. But look on the inside as they come out of the second turn. It is going to be Smokin' Joe's in the lead. So once again, Smokin' Joe's has taken command.
Steve, you're not making it easy for Bernie Little to win number 100 here.
Well, you know, the other day at the luncheon, the press conference, I did wish him luck on winning his 100th victory next year. So we're going to see what we can do about that here.
Well, right now, what they are doing about it is leading the race, but Miss Budweiser's right on the outside. That's why you see Mark Tate really powering on and taking a chance by putting that boat to the ragged edge. As long as I've known Mark Tate and watched him race, he likes those boats light. Now, remember, in the last heat, when they bumped together, it was Miss Budweiser on the inside, Smokin' Joe's on the outside. This time, it's just reversed. Smokin' Joe's has the shorter course to run and is taking full advantage of it.
And, of course, referee Mike Noonan watching from the helicopter. These boys might have might better hold their lane, or there could be more fines. You never know. These guys are competitors, to say the least. Our Zodiac lap speed is 150 mile an hour for the Smokin' Joes.
Let's jump back to third place. There you can see DeWalt Tools on the outside, the yellow boat, battling Scotty Pierce on the inside. DeWalt Tools, of course, driven by Mike Hansen out of Madison, Indiana. And right now, Scotty Pierce in the Chaplin Bellevue Volkswagen is holding him off for third place.
As we look at our leader, Smokin' Joe's, give him 10 points more than Budweiser for being the top qualifier this past weekend. Add the 10 points to his little 4-point lead. Now, he's got 14-point lead in the Eagles Next to Dual High Point Championship, and if this position maintains, he'll pick up another 100 on the Bud.
As he comes down for the finish, Smokin' Joe's sees the checkered flag out. He does get those points for the lead. First place to the Smokin' Joe's, Mark Tate. Second place to Chip Hanauer in the Miss Budweiser. Still in the hunt and chasing him.
And the Fruit of the Loom tally board shows a 100-point difference for first and second place. And now for the Eagles Next Duels High Point Championship, it's a 114-point lead for Smokin' Joe.
You're looking down at the Columbia River outside of Pasco, Washington. Thousands of people lining the shore. Dick Crippen, along with Jim Hendrick and Steve Montgomery, welcome you back as the boats are ready to take off for Heat 3B. It has been an interesting day of racing. Most interest up front, Smokin' Joe's and the Miss Budweiser. They have met so far 3 times. In Heat 2, they collided. Let's go down and find out more from Chip Hanauer.
Chip, all that really matters is the final heat, but you're going to have to get around Mark on the outside. We know that already, and it's not going to be easy.
Not today. We're not at our best. We're struggling. So, you know, do the best we can and, you know, see what it brings us.
Your boat apparently very close to his in boat speed, but the guy on the inside has the old advantage.
No, it's not that so much. I think we just don't have the handling. The boat's not handling well, so I think that's the difference. His boat's handling really good, and I think that's the biggest difference.
Oh, I don't know, Dick. It sounds like maybe he lost a little bit of control in that collision.
It could well be. As we say, those boats were very, very close down there, and it's hard to say exactly what happened in the handling of the boat, but they were very, very light. Here we come down for the start of Heat 3B. Let's take a look at the lineup.
He goes American Dream and the lane 1, Pizza Time Exide lane 2, Miss Rock lane 3, Mill Bay Casino lane 4, and on the outside it's Steve David with a brand new engine in the T-Plus engine treatment.
Pico's American Dream again taking charge, and it's Pizza Time in second place with Nate Brown. But here's your leader, Dave Vilwalk. He's already got himself a win in his pocket. T-Plus on the far outside, looking good in smooth water so far, but you can see he's got to catch other boats, and he's being passed on the inside by Mark Evans. Mark Evans, of course, driving Miss Rock. He's having a pretty good day out there, but here's a good day for Pico's American Dream, Dave Vilwalk. He knows this course well, and he is taking full advantage of his knowledge.
As we come down to complete lap number 1, the Zodiac lap speed for the Pico's American Dream, 150 mile an hour.
He's still got a very good ride in that boat. We commented on that earlier. He's had very, very good rides in the Pico's American Dream. Just 2 miles an hour off of his speed is the Pizza Time with Nate Brown returning to the wars here in Pasco, Washington. He had quite a ride going over here several years back, fortunately coming out uninjured.
I'll tell you, Nate Brown, it's good to see him back. He's a competitor right out of the box. First time they competed this year. He qualified at over 162 mile an hour. They're ready.
T-Plus went through a rooster tail there, got a little bit wet. There you see Nate Brown in the Pizza Time boat owned by Bill Worcester. Oh, a little bit of high fly by Mark Evans. He doesn't care. He's right where he wants to be, right in the hunt. And he's got his boat, Miss Rock, riding the way he likes it.
Mark says, when I can't see the water, I see blue sky. I know I'm in trouble.
He hits those canards hard and tries to bring that nose back down. There is the gentleman who had the best ride of the day so far, Pico's American Dream, finishing first. Second place goes to Pizza Time, Nate Brown. And third place, Mark Evans will take that in the KISW Miss Rock, followed by T-Plus engine treatment. Stephen David right there for fourth place.
Here is the official order of finish at 3B. Our Fruit of the Loom scoreboard shows our winner, which of course is Pico's American Dream. Beautiful day for a race here. We got the finale coming up. Let's go down to Steve Montgomery at the winner's docks.
Dave, that will give you second lane choice in the final. Might not be such a bad day after all.
Yeah, well, we just keep working. Like I say, this Pico team, they just keep coming on, you know, and so, you know, hopefully everything's okay, and, you know, we'll be ready for the final.
And to get into the final, you have to have enough points. And T Plus has just one last chance, and that is to win the provisional race. And if they do, they'll start the finale as a trailer boat. Let's go down to Steve.
Nate, you're going very fast for a guy that's been building houses until this weekend.
Well, thanks, Steve. And it's great to get my house done, but the Pizza Time XI boat ran okay that time, and at least I didn't go on the 7-liter course this time. That made me feel real bad, but we're happy. We're 4th place points, and we'll see what happens in the final.
And speaking of 7 liters, they are known as the Unlimited Lights, and we will see them race when we come back. Find out who the provisional winner will be in just a moment. We'll continue on ESPN's Speed World. We turn our attentions in Pasco, Washington to the 7-liter boats better known as the Unlimited Lights. They are trailering around with the Unlimiteds this year, appearing at all of the race sites where the Unlimited races are held. They're great drivers, good boats, very equal boats, built to be very similar to each other. But wait a minute, as they take the green flag, look at the Flying Hawaiian. The GNH 11, Brian Reynolds out of Olympia, Washington, took out and just left the field behind. Brian Reynolds doing a great job as he goes in the second corner. Now they're going to be running a 1 2/3 course. You'll remember earlier today we had 2 of the boats cut inside the big course for the unlimited hydroplanes. Well, what happened was they took the smaller course, but they should have known better than to do that, to be very honest with you. Most of them have come up through the ranks, and they know the difference between a 1 2/3 and a 2.5 mile course.
This Flying Hawaiian, I'll tell you right now, he came from lane number 5 in that start and got around and let him out of the first turn down the back chute.
They do a great job, and these guys have a lot of fun running with the unlimited hydroplanes before some big crowds. And the crowds love to see these boats race. Look at this equal running back in 4th place as they battle it out. Still your leader, the Flying Hawaiian. Boy, I love the paint job on that boat. Second is the Miss Leroy, the GNH 111 from Toledo, Ohio, Randy Haas. They do just a terrific job. And there you can see your winner, Flying Hawaiian. There's Dave Bender. He's going to come in 3rd place from El Dorado, California. Your winner is the Flying Hawaiian, Brian Reynolds. Miss Leroy takes 2nd. Randy Haas out of Toledo, Ohio, and Dave Bender in 3rd. There it is for the Competition Cams Unlimited Lights Racing Series.
Dick, I know that Steve Montgomery is from the state of Washington, but can you believe it? He's got his own cheerleading team.
Go, Steve, go! Go, Steve, go!
Let's go to Steve and the Ducks.
Smoking Joe.
Brian, welcome to the Unlimited Lights. These Eastern guys are going to be real glad to see you.
Yeah, we saw them on television running the Eastern Circuit, and we decided to come out and run the West Coast Circuit with them. They're good competitors, but we had to tune up today. Water was a little rough, but everything went our way.
Dick, word has just come from the T Plus camp that those cheerleaders were not from Montgomery. Another Steve, this one in the yellow and black boat, Steve David, as he must win this provisional heat to qualify for the final.
Well, maybe the cheers help because he's taking the lead as he goes around the turn. T Plus has definitely taken the lead in this provisional heat. Now remember, the winner of this heat gets into the final, but not on the front line. He'll be trailing the rest of the boats by 15 seconds.
We're looking at Mill Bay Casino Sprint of Lake Chelan. Mitch Evans, he set a new lap speed record for piston power boats earlier this weekend. We're looking at the Cascade boats driven by Jerry Hopp in the spray 4th place, and back to our leader inside the cockpit.
Last time we were inside the cockpit with Stephen David, he had Rooster Tails ahead of none this time. There's Tom Hindley, who won his first race ever, Heat 1B, earlier today.
On the right, it's Mitch Evans. On the left, it's Jerry Hopp. They will complete their final heat of the day because the provisional heat winner is this one, T Plus with Steve David. He qualifies for the final as a trailer.